Welcome to another segment of Reaching Out. Joining us is John Fiorentine, who is an elevator mechanic for the Department of Citywide Administrative Services. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Greg. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Now, John, how did you become an elevator mechanic for the New York City Department of Administrative Services, which used to be the New York City Department of Personnel and the Department of General Services?
Yes, actually, when I started, it was called Department of General Service. I had a wife, 2 children, and 1 on the way. I needed a job that was secure. I needed a job with benefits. My dad owned a business, was retiring from that business, and he said, I think you should find a job working for the city or the county or something. I took a job with the city. I was provisional for 3 years. I passed the test. I became civil service, and 28 years later, I'm sitting here.
Well, when you say your dad owned a business, did he own the elevator mechanic business?
No. My dad owned a service station.
Oh, he owned the service station.
But I worked for my dad, as everyone in the family did, and then I also worked for an elevator company.
Oh, okay. So how did you get interested in fixing elevators and repairing elevators?
Just sometimes you fall into things, and I fell into that.
You didn't fall down the shaft. You fell into the elevator.
Yes, unfortunately, I did fall down the shaft one time. It's a dangerous business.
So how long have you been an elevator mechanic?
I've been with the city for 28 years.
So tell me, what's your average day like? Tell me, how many elevators are out? What buildings do you go to?
Well, I sold my first responsibility is Brooklyn Criminal Court, 120 Skirmahorn Street. I can be dispatched from there and have been dispatched to other buildings in Brooklyn, to Staten Island. I've gone to Queens. Wherever they need us, they send us. We're responsible for maintaining and repairing, ensuring service. Hopefully not too many entrapments, but if there's an entrapment, we get them out and we get the elevator running again.
Now, tell me, you do all of this work.
Yes.
And then when you see or you read about the attacks on public sector workers, which you are one of them, what do you think?
Well, as all of us, we're not happy. We didn't cause the problem. We feel that we're part of the solution. We work hard. We do our jobs. We're good people.
Yes.
We're not wearing any kind of masks or anything. We do a good job. Days pay, days work.
Now, you've heard all of the attacks that your pensions are too rich, your benefits are too much, and you can't afford you anymore, and yet you go to work every day with a smile on your face because you're smiling now, talking about your job. How do you keep this positive outlook?
I do like my job. I like my job very much. 28 years, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. I like the people I work with. I like what I'm doing. Sometimes it's a little discouraging, but keep on going.
Okay. Well, John, is there anything that you'd like us to know? What is your best day that you've had as an elevator mechanic? What gave you the greatest pleasure?
I like my job, Greg, but I don't know if I like it that much. Most of my pleasure comes from home.
No, I mean, was there a specific circumstance that led you?
I've worked a couple of movie shoots, and
well, that's exciting. What movie shoots have you worked?
Just recently, I worked an HBO movie that's going to be on about Phil Spector, and I met Al Pacino and Helen Mirren, the director David Mamet.
Yes.
It was very interesting, exciting, and it's just fun to see how it works.
Well, see, that's exciting. Everybody,
it is.
It has its perks. It does. You just not going to work. One day you go to work and you meet Al Pacino. How many of us have done that?
I would imagine not too many.
Okay. John, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for reaching out. I'm glad you were here, and I'm glad you shared that Al Pacino story with us.
Very glad and very thankful for being here, Greg, and I appreciate everything you're doing for the union.
Thank you. And that's all the time we have for this segment.